Good to see you.
The same for me. It's a pleasure to stay with you and with other people. For me, it's always a great experience.
Yes, always.
So nice. We are live on YouTube right now, guys. Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you all for coming. I hope you all can practice a lot, enjoy this immersion, okay? My name is Ayla, and I'm here to host another English immersion. And today with me, there are some good learners, Fernando, Ana Teresa, Herbert, Márcio, Clayton, e Aurélio. Today we're going to talk about balance, clarity, variety in communication in another language. I think it's so good topic. But before we start to answer the question, guys, I would like to remind you that I'm not an English teacher. I'm simply a learner of the language, just like all of you, I guess. This isn't a class, but rather a space that encourages language practice in a real environment, okay? And it's a safe and welcome place, as you know, where everyone can make progress little by little, gaining fluency, confidence to express their ideas. And that's it. Now we can introduce ourselves. All right, I will start. So I'm from Belém. I was born here. I started learning English 5 years ago. After the pandemic, I decided I want to speak another language. And I've been in this process since then. I try to improve day by day, so it's so hard sometimes, but I don't give up. I keep going, and to be here on Talk helps me a lot in this process. Okay, so I'm a shy person, but I try to face it, and I so appreciate it to travel, to spend time with my family, or just sometimes to be by myself, to reflect. And I think it's good. I think it makes me feel relaxed, makes me feel more calm. And that's it, a little about myself. So now, Fernando, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Fernando. I'm 44 years old. I'm living in Volta Redonda, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro state. I'm working as a manager at CSN Steel Industry. Yeah. I'm very happy to be here today, joining this immersion program, and nice to meet everyone. Yeah. Just it.
Nice to meet you too, Fernando. Ana Teresa, please, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, guys. My name is Ana. I'm from BH, Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, Brazil. I stopped to study English, I think, 5 years, I don't know. And nowadays it's too hard to speak English because I remember anything. And I started to study another language, and now I mixed everything. And so that's it's why I returned to study English. And I am a businesswoman in BH. I have a bakery, and I want to work in France. I don't know. I don't know. See, that's it. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Very good, very good. And I think it's good because you are returned, and I hope you can enjoy this your comeback to speak English. So
Thank you.
thank you for sharing, Anna. Clayton, please, would you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Clayton. I'm 42 years. I was born in Brasilia and I lived in Espírito Santo, but now I'm living in Lisbon, Portugal. I studied English for three years, and my English level when I get out of Brazil is so bad. I had a bad experience because when I moved, I have a job. I need to find a job. It's not a problem for me because I speak Portuguese, the same language to living here. But the most part of the jobs have English as requirement, and I have it difficult before. But now I'm feeling very comfortable. I had experience to live in another country, Malta, in the internship of language for 4 months, and now I'm here again. I had experience before in talking and talk before, and now I'm very excited to stay here and a good place opportunity to improve my English level. And I'm very excited to stay for this group today.
Very good, Clayton. Okay, thank you. Aurelio, your turn, please.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Aurelio. I'm 55 years old. I was born in Italy. I live in Italy. I'm an Italian 100%. I don't speak Portuguese and I don't understand nothing regarding Portuguese. I'm a normal worker, nothing of special. I'm married with a beautiful blonde girl. And I like to stay here because I have the opportunity to speak in different languages, and in this way I can improve my speaking ability. Sometimes I have a problem because my brain works in a different way because I speak in English, in Italian, in Spanish, in LICE, Italian language science, and the last year I studied to speak Chinese with Chinese mother tongue that she explained to me in English. And for this reason, I sometimes I confusion in the speaking, and I started to speak in another language if I stay in an English meeting or in a Spanish meeting. It's part of my life, and that's it, guys.
Okay, nice, Aurelio. Nice. I think it's your first time with me, and it's a pleasure for me to receive you here. Herbert, please.
Yes, hello everyone. Good evening. Good afternoon. My name is Herbert. Like Fernando, I am 44 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, but not in capital. I live in a small town in the state of Rio de Janeiro. I'm a student. I'm married. I have no children, only cats. Um, what else? I use English all the time in my life. I really like the language. I'm here to practice my English, my speaking skills.
Good, Herbert. Thank you. Márcio, please, could you introduce yourself?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I grew up in northeast of Brazil, but I live in countryside of São Paulo, São José dos Campos. I'm married. I have a children. I'm a musician. I love play bass, electric bass since my childhood because I have a good teacher. Is my dad. My daddy taught me a lot about the music instrument since my child. And I am in trainee SAP consult. I'm studying English, I'm studying enterprise resource planning. And in my case, I've never studied English before on TalkNtalk. Just TalkNtalk for me helped me a lot to speak. Yeah, grammar and vocabulary really important, but I never studied, I never learned from me, unfortunately, you know. Yeah, but to speak for me, really important. I agree with Philip and Philip and talk to about the to speak a lot. Yeah. And in my free time, I really like to sleep well, and because I have a difficult, more difficult, or very, I don't know, difficult to sleep well for me. And I am wake up early, 5 a.m. every day, Sunday to Sunday, because and wake up early for me, my mind is really important. Enjoy the day, enjoy my life, my family. And I like make breakfast. I like make food and with my wife. Yeah, guys, I consider myself a family person, because this I wake up early for me. And I love coffee without sugar because sugar really dangerous, in my mind. And yeah, thank you for listening, guys, about me.
Nice, very good. I'm also like coffee without sugar, Márcio. So, so good. Thank you. And finally, the last but not the least, Lucas Brizola. Could you
Okay.
introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, guys. Hello, YouTube. Good afternoon, maybe. My name is Lucas Brizola, but you call me Brizola. I am 29 years old and I'm from Sorocaba, in countryside of São Paulo, Brazil. Um, I am single. I have two tattoos and a real passion for cooking, especially desserts. In my free time, I love reading, watching movies in the series, and listening to music. And my playlist gone from technobrega to rock. I work in recruitment and selection with a focus on technology. Academically, I hold a degree in logistics and business administration, and a postgraduate degree in logistics and finance. I start studying English at TALKNTALK in February this year, and every day I move closer to my main goal, becoming fluent and confident in English. And I really like be here to talk and be here at immersion because you learn and you have fun. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Luquinha. Okay, guys. Now because we have 8 people here, I need to split us, okay, into in another room, so that everyone has more time to speak. Okay, so guys, don't worry. And don't forget to take advantage of this moment to ask questions, listen to others, practice as much as you can, okay? So, and the main goal, it's more, it's no, it's about to speak perfectly, but to dare to express yourself, okay? Have fun, and I will put now in another room. Okay. See you guys. Okay, now we can start. Lucas, are you there? I don't think so. Okay, we can start. Ana Teresa, could you read and answer the question number 1, please?
I don't know, sorry, but I don't receive the question antes, and I don't know. I didn't answer. Okay. Do you sometimes feel like you repeat the same words when you speak English? Yes.
Okay, the questions are in the website, Talk and
Um,
Talk, don't you? Yeah, before, no?
no, I didn't see.
Okay, okay. There is a page you can look for after for another imagine.
I click everything I didn't see. Maybe
Yeah?
it's me. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, feel free, okay? So, but you can you see the questions on chat here?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, Aurelio, your turn, please.
Yes, I think that this is normal for all of us when we are learning a new languages. I always try to use the new words to enrich my languages. But when I need to speak, I use always I search to improve my ability. But in the moment I speak with other people, like today, I prefer to use the first words that appear in my mind because in this way it's so easy. But I have always the habits when I do a meeting or if I watch a movie to take a paper and to write on it all the new words, all the new words that they are probably necessary for my necessity or others because I have a great passion regarding all types of the technology, and for this reason, I have a rich personal English vocabulary, but is regarding the technician, not for the normal conversation with other people. But normally, I haven't a problem because. If is possible, I like to do English meeting or other languages every day on Talk and Talk. In fact, I'm always present on Talk and Talk because I think that this is an incredible place and I can improve very fast my ability to speak in English in this case, logically. But I think that for us or for me, it's so important to have the capacity, to ability to speak and after step, we can improve our personal dictionaries, our capacity to speak in English with enriched languages after step. That's it.
Yeah, very good. I totally agree with you. And guys, it's impossible, I think, when you are speaking another language, you tend to repeat a lot the same words. And I I don't have problem about it. I want to be understandable. So, and it happens a lot with me. And I use the same word to express my ideas. And that's the way I can speak. So yeah, of course, you want to improve more and more, but sometimes when it's hard to use different words in English, there are a lot of phrasal verbs, idiomatic expressions. So it's hard, guys. It's hard. And I tend to use a lot the words I know, and that's okay. And so, what did you think about Márcio? Thank you, Aurélio.
Yeah, I agree with you, Aurelio. These questions from me, it's funny, and because I answer, yes, I answered. And I often feel like I repeat the same word because my vocabulary is still limited, unfortunately. And I said because I don't pay attention about the vocabulary and grammar. Unfortunately, for me, big challenge, really important. Yeah, to learn vocabulary and grammar, because there is my language skill, English skill, uh, really simple, and for me, but it's okay too, and because this English, uh, I have good work, I have good job because my English really simple, and for me, but my vocabulary is still limited, okay? But and I try and to speak a lot and simple because I often feel like I repeat some word, for example, nice, for example, good, for example, I think, and big, for example, and but for me, it's okay this moment. But vocabulary and grammar are really important. And because our mind open a new vocabulary, new opinion, new grammar, new answer, different answer, for example. And yeah, that's it. I often feel like I repeat the same word because my vocabulary is still limited. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, Márcio. Okay, Márcio, I will continue with you. Could you read the question number 2 and start discussing, please?
Okay, sure. And number 2, what are some words you often use in English and wish you had more alternative for? Yeah, I said I often use the word like good, nice, and big, and I think a lot of all the time. I think something nice, and I wish I had more synonyms for them, and yeah, I wish I had more synonyms for them, for example. But yeah, I often use the words good and nice and big, for example, all the time.
Yeah, it's the same. I think I use like you good a lot, nice and interesting. And I wish I had to know more synonyms.
Synonyms,
Yeah,
for them.
I think I would like to have a way to discuss to express better my ideas, okay? But I think it's a process, guys. It's not happening overnight, so
Yeah.
yeah. And that's okay. I think probably in the past I was worse, and now I'm getting better. But it's no easy. What are you thinking about, Anna?
I think it's more comfortable for our brain, and I use a lot of like good, like you, and I use too much nowadays. Actually, I use all the time too. But I think it's the better way. It's talk and talk and talk.
Talk. Yeah. So I agree with you. And you said a good point about our brain, because when you start learning another language, our brain have difficult to deal with, So, and you when you use the same and you repeat a repetition, and our brain can understand, can assimilate it as a normal and as a natural. And I think it helps us. It could be so helpful for us. I think it's the way I can improve, because when I start to speak, I like to use the words I can I can use a lot because when I do it, my brain after I can remember other words, and it could be easier for me to continue my sentence, So yeah. And thank you, Anna, and for you, Aurelio.
For me, this question is so hard, and the same to find the correct answer because I haven't idea. It's a nightmare for me because no, to be honest, every day I started more or less 2, 3 years ago to watch a movie, a documentary. I prefer the documentaries. I read different books, but always in another languages. In fact, there are 3 years that I don't touch an Italian book or I watch Italian movie because I think that this is the best way to improve my capacity to speak in a different languages. And I think that for me, I try to use always the same words that the people use in the normal way because this only for the English or Spanish because for the Italian languages my habits is so different. Regarding the English, in this case, I think that the best way is to use always the normal people, the normal words that the people use every day. Because in this way, I don't have a problem with other people, and they can understand me in a best way. Because if I started to use probably not in a correct way a new words, probably the other people have a problem to understand what I tell in that moment. For this reason, regarding the English, Spanish, etc., I prefer to use this way. Different for the Italian languages, I have a great passion for the Italian grammar rules because, in my opinion, logically, the Italian language is always the best. And day after day, I search improve time to my Italian personal dictionary, and sometimes I like to use a different words, synonymous, etc. But sometimes I see that the people have a problem to understand my explication or my words because unfortunately this is my idea regarding the Italian people. Nowadays here in Italy the cultural level is so low, and the people have the habits to use always the same way, but the same words, but sometimes in a bad way. For this reason, I like to improve my capacity and my Italian vocabulary, but I have a problem because sometimes the people have a strange face because they don't understand the words that I use in my normal habits. And for this, in Italian, it's so different. For the English or other languages, I prefer to use always the simple words, the normal words, because in this way I haven't a problem with if I speak with other people. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Very good, Aurelio. And I would like to know, do you have some problem to understand Brazilian people when they are speaking in English or not? It's so
No,
easy.
if I speak with Brazilian people like you, there is a different accent, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not a problem for me. The problem at the beginning for me is to listen the English, not the American English, but the Great Britain accent, because they have an accent very close, very different. But for this reason, I have the habit to watch a lot of video, but Great Britain, UK, English Britain, American English, and Australian English, because in the way I have the habits to understand a different accent and different habits to explain some question. Because, example, the American people use some sentence to describe a particular situation. But if you go on example on the dictionary, it's so difficult that you find the correct translation of this word. For this reason, I prefer to watch different types of different types of documentaries in English, but different English.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Very
think
good.
I
Very good.
never, sorry, I think I never heard Italian accent in English. It's the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think it's really easy for me.
Yeah. It's
The
so easy.
accent, yes,
Yeah, no,
it's
because
good.
sometimes the people told me, Aurelio, your English accent is so different because you speak in the normal way, the Italian. Probably because you went in French, and there is a more I can tell you is
French
more.
is terrible,
Yes,
terrible.
yeah, I
The
don't like
accent.
my wife speak very well in French, but in my opinion, nowadays is a nightmare. Probably in the future, I can start to speak in French. But regarding my accent, for me is normal, logically. But the other people told me that my English is so different because I have a different accent. I I haven't idea, to be honest. That's it.
So good, Aurelio, so good. Thank you for sharing. And I agree with you. I think the different accents are a challenge for us as a language learner. But like you, Anna, I think the same. Your accent, for me, it's so easy to understand. So nice. Okay, Aurelio, I will continue with you. Please, could you read the next question?
Yes. How do you usually learn new words in English? I have this habit, but in this case is in Chinese, and I use the old business card, and I write in this case is Chinese. I write on the upside of the business card the English words, and in the downside I like to write in Italian. In the past in Italian. Nowadays I prefer the English. Words because in this way my brain work very hard, and I have this habit. I have with me in my pocket always this this old business card, and during my job, because I have the opportunity, I have the possibility, I like to take it, read the word and repeat a lot, because in this way at the end of the day I can improve my vocabulary with 2 3 words every day, and in this way I improve very fast and enrich my personal diction. But you imagine nowadays I have is Chinese, all Chinese. I have in Spanish, I have in English, and sometimes I have the habits every day. I study a new words in a different languages, and in this way I study a lot every day. But I like I have the possibility in my job, fortunately. And I think that in this way is good because at the end of the week, I think that 5, 10, I have 5, 10 new words in my brain, and this is good. It's my
So,
techniques.
so
But
good technique.
I'm so sorry. It's so
Sorry.
important to read a lot and to watch a lot movie or documentaries in the English languages in this case, because only in this way you can improve your capacity. You can enrich your personal dictionary. That's it.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Aurelio. Thank you. And for you, Márcio, what are your opinion?
Yeah, in my case, I usually learn new words by read, watch movies, write them down in a notebook, for example. But for me, watch movie really so good. For example, I love one film, The Pursuit of Happiness. I understand 100% in English, but I watch more 10 times, I guess, you know, because I understand 100% this movie, you know. And for me, yeah, because learning new word by reading, for me, big challenge. And I like watch movie in English. For example, I like this series, They Chosen. 5% I understand, I guess, in English, you know, because your English really different about the United States, I guess, you know. Yeah, acho que I think this series is British, I guess, you know, really different. But yeah, I understand the 50%.
Okay, very good, Marcel. So thank you for sharing. And you, Anna?
I return to her radio, British radio, and I watch the films, and I start to write the text with ChatGPT, and I ask for the correction, and then I ask for ChatGPT write in another way, and I learn, and I search the new words, something like that.
Yeah, guys, for me it's the same, almost the same, of course. I so appreciate to listen to podcasts, watching videos, watching series, and I like to write the new words and to create sentences to remember them after. I think it helps me a lot. And Anna said about the radio, and there is a radio garden. I don't know if you know this radio, and
No,
you
I don't
you
know.
can listen to radio from the all of the countries in the world. So interesting. I'll put
I use a sample radio.
yeah,
I think
okay.
that's the same.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, guys. Let's go. Let's go. The number 4 right now. Anna, could you read the answer, please?
Yes. Why is it important to have a wild vocabulary in everyday conversation? What is wild? I don't know.
It's like amplo.
Amplo. Ah, okay.
Mhm.
It's important for explain our idea. It's better for in the work or in the relationship. It's really hard when we don't know explain like sentimentos. for example, sentiment, feelings, for example, it's really hard when you say, because when you explain in another language, it's very difficult because it's not the same like our language. I feel in that. Sometimes I talk about I don't know, love. It's not the same in Portuguese because it's not the same feeling about the words. When you don't know the words, it's horrible.
Yeah, yeah. But because this sometimes, even though even though you don't know different expressions, but you can use what you know to express your ideas, and I think when you use it in a way can taught people can understand you better. It's the how can I say? I think you can achieve your capacity to communicate. So I prefer use it. Yeah, of course, sometimes it's so good when you know different words, and I think you can have a clearly in a conversation more engaged. But if it's not possible, I think at least you can use what you know. And I think it's better because sometimes people want to use uh, complex words, but they don't, I don't know, they don't thought, they don't achieve your goal to express their ideas. So that's my opinion, guys. I prefer a simpler conversation, but I prefer to understand the people, and I prefer people understand me, and so I don't worry a lot to use the different words. I think it's a process, and that's okay. So that's my opinion. And what are you thinking about this, Márcio?
Yeah, it's important because it's make communication clearer, and more interesting. Yeah, and helps avoid repetition. But okay for me, and communication clear. And when I talk, and my brother, for example, to understand, you know, and dependent the more vocabulary or grammar. And for me, I have a question, my colleagues understand, and that's it for me. And when my colleagues have a question and I understand, okay. So for me, but really important and different word, different phrase, synonyms, I guess, and synonyms, really different, okay, because have a lot of different words and different phrase, different questions and answer, you know. But for me, really important when I talk, my colleagues to understand, and that's it.
Yeah, very good, Márcio. Thank you. Aurélio, and you?
Yes, first of all, for me, I'm totally agree with Anna because I think, yes, if I speak in Italian, in my languages, I prefer to use a new words, a different words, because in this way, my expression is so rich, so particular. But in the same time, like I told before, Marcio, sometimes the people have a problem to understand if I use a new word because they have a very short personal dictionary. Different in English, I told this before, I prefer to use all the words that use the people in the normal way, because in this way is so easy for me to explain my idea, my point of view, and my expression. For this reason, nowadays, logically, probably if when I have a very high level of English, I can start to improve my personal English personal dictionary like the native speakers. But nowadays, I prefer in this way. That's it.
Okay, nice, nice. And now, I don't know, but I think you have more time to answer one more question. I will choose the question, the question, the question 11. So, Márcio, could you start?
Yeah. Number 5 or number 4?
No, 11,
No, 5.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Wow. What strategy do you use to improve your vocabulary without making your speech too complicated? Complicated. Yeah. I try to learn 2 or 3 synonyms. Really simple. And yeah, 2 or 3 synonyms for common word and practice use them in real conversations, you know. 2 or 3 synonyms for me really basically simple, but really necessary.
Okay, thank you, Márcio. And for you, Aurelio?
No, I told this before. I like in Italian languages use a synonymous, and for me is so fun because I like to use these habits with my friends, with my colleagues, and sometimes they told me, "What do you mean these new words?" And I like to explain the means of the means of these new words. And after they, when they listen always the same words a lot, they started to use the same. For this reason, for in this way, I can improve my vocabulary, my speaking ability, and in the same times, I use my friends or my colleagues to improve their vocabulary. And I think that this is good. But when I go in other places where there are different people, I prefer to avoid to use this word because the expression is always some strange. And if I see their face, I understand that these people that don't understand nothing. For this reason, I think that depend of the place, of the situation. That's it.
Yeah, very good, very good. Depends the people, depends the situation. You can use different words to become your conversation more understandable. So I totally agree. And you, Anna, what are you thinking about, please?
I use Google Translate for the synonyms or other way to talk, other phrase, I don't know, something like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing, Anna. Hello, guys. Welcome back. How was the
Hello, hello.
conversation? Herbert, what happened with Fernando?
Fernando and Lucas leave the room.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
no problem.
Fernando leaves in the end of the conversation because he had to pick up his son in the school.
Okay.
And
How?
Brizola had some problems, some connections issues,
Mm-hmm.
and he leaves.
And how was the conversation for you?
Amazing. We got to share professional experiences. We learned some new words, and the topic is amazing as well. And I really appreciate the topic. And yes, was amazing.
Okay, and I would like to ask you some question, okay? The question
Okay.
number 10, could you answer?
In my opinion, what's more important, using different or fancy words, or making sure people understand you clearly? Um, More important for me is using different words, not fancy words, because um, in daily life we don't use people don't often use fancy words. They use simple words because the most important is to be understood. You know, we need to communicate. The main goal is to be clear and to be understood, I think. So for me, it's much more important to use simple words and to be clear and be clear.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I prefer to use simple words, but they face, I focus more to be understandable. So very good. And what about you, Creighton? How was the conversation?
I like so much. Is my second conversation here. I don't remember was as good this opportunity to speak clear and free here and talking the talk. I have a good conversation with Herbert Fernando, and he's a good guy to promote and change experience. And I have opportunity to share tools to learning English. I used something, and it's a good time for me to have this conversation. Thanks so much for this.
Thank you, Creighton. Thank you all, guys, for coming. Uh, I hope you had a great time, and thank you so much for sharing your opinions, okay? And I can say keep practicing a little every day. It's important for improve our English little by little. So, and I wish you a great rest of the day. And by the way, I put the link of survey. And if you could, please, could you answer, could you give us some feedback? And it's so important, so feel free because it's totally anonymous, okay? So you can put your opinion, suggestion, and it's so important for our development, okay? And I hope we meet you again in 4 weeks because I'm going on vacation to relax for a few days. And that's it,
Good.
guys. So thank you very much and see you. Bye bye.
Bye,
Very good.
Bye.
guys.
Next
Thank
See
time.
you.
you.
Bye
Bye
Bye.
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 Have
Thank
a
you.
Good night.